would respond to an evening game in the bubble in the playoffs. Marcus, everything has been early, 1 o'clock start. Three-pointer from the corner, Marvin Williams.
Yeah, take that ejection. Going to eject me for a little shove, little push and pull with James Ennis. But Marvin Williams, that's always been his forte since high school at Bremerton High School outside of Seattle. Knocking down stand-still jumpers deep.
Markel Fultz triple.
Well, I thought we may see more of DJ Augustine because of the way he played with the 24 points in Game 3. But I tell you what, young Mr. Fultz is on fire right now. Not only shooting the basketball, but making some really good distribution decisions. Which is not always easy for a young player going against this Buck defense. Well, I think that's one of the things with the playoffs, Jim. The more you play against a defense like this, if you're a player of decent intellect, the more you can kind of figure things out to your advantage.
James Ennis took the shot, kicks the ball out of bounds. Let's check in with Zora Stevenson.
Jim, you were talking about these start times. 3 of the 4 playoff games that the Bucks have participated in have come in this lunch hour, as we're going to call it. And Giannis says he doesn't have a problem with the tip time, but it does require a little extra push. Obviously, this bubble atmosphere, you have to bring your own energy, and it's even more so when it's an earlier tip. I mean, these guys are used to playing at night, working at night. During the hiatus, Brook Lopez said he was getting up around noon and doing his workouts at 11 p.m. and midnight. So hopefully his body clock has adjusted, or else these noon games would be quite the early wake-up call.
Players are typically able to handle early starts during the playoffs because they happen, but they don't happen every game.
Every single game. I think what the next game is a 3 p.m. start. You get to sleep in late.
A vacation on Wednesday.
But look, Brook Lopez is averaging 14 points for the series, but Game 3, 16 points, 7 of 10 from the field. I mean, he's adjusting okay. And as Zora talked about, everybody's doing it. Everybody's got to make these adjustments. A lot of these guys are nocturnal animals because of the regular season schedule and how wound up you are after your game ends at 10:30 p.m.
Kim Birch picked up the foul. Ilyasova for Trey Ersan getting early time in Game 4.
Excuses are for losers. Great to see Ersan come back, stick that 3-point stand-still jump shot. We talked about it. He can be a huge help in terms of what the Bucks want to do defensively. A lot more mobile.
Kim Birch missing at point-blank range. Ilyasova should be able to apply some defensive minutes against Vucevic now that he's available.
There's Chris Middleton doing a great job just facilitating. He draws a bit of a crowd, and Kim Birch going to just kind of see if Ersan can knock down that open shot as he commits to helping on the penetration by Chris.
And Connaughton inside. Milwaukee leads by 7.
Again, you get this defense of Orlando shifted. They are doing such a good job of trying to prevent that initial thrust, whether it's Giannis or Chris, but they don't do a good job when you go to that second option.
Terrence Ross. Orlando is doing something today. They hit a corner 3, but they're camping in the weak side corner. They have the lowest percentage of shots coming from corners in the playoffs. A little over 3% of their shots. I'm sure Steve Clifford wants more. Ilyasova for 3.
Well, to get those shots, you've got to have penetration. You've got to be able to break down the defense at the point of attack. And then you see the screen trying to help facilitate that. And now you've got a Rondo kind of moving out of the corner and Kim Birch in the corner. So a couple of guys who aren't great shooters on the weak side.
Vucevic across the lane to Birch and a foul. Yesterday, Steve Clifford said he actually put in some offense to do exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Different ways to enter into the paint so they can kick it out.
Well, and a guy that they really want to get going would be Evan Fournier in terms of getting some good looks. If you take a look at Kim Birch, does a nice job eluding Ersan Ilyasova inside, finishing through contact.
Hey, one shot, one.
But you get between Fultz, between DJ Augustine. I mean, even Terrence Ross is pretty good at creating his own off the dribble. But the Bucks are such a terrific help-oriented basketball team, it just becomes really no place to go in terms of penetration. So a lot of times you're settling for mid-range jump shots and floaters.
Ilyasova has a foul. Little hot, a little high for Pat Connaughton from George Hill.
But again, if you're Steve Clifford, you love this start. You love the energy. You love the fact that you've been able to maintain contact with the Bucks, which was not the case in Game 2 and even in Game 3, second quarter. In the last ball game, the Bucks kind of took command with the 39-point second quarter. So far, so good. If you're the Bucks, you just keep the pressure on. You just keep them uncomfortable. You stay up in their airspace. You make these guys have to make plays on the move, complete passes on the move. You see Dante right there just hounding Wes Iwundu.
The ball landed out of bounds after the poke away by DiVincenzo. Iwundu back to Vucevic. This time picked up by Hill.
And that's the adjustment. Giannis goes into drop position on the penetration off the ball screen. And this Magic team on the pick and roll man, they're number 2 in terms of playoff teams, in terms of efficiency, because this guy right here can knock down that open jump shot. But you mentioned it. George Hill rotates over, snuffs that out. Now go to that third option. The first option, cut off. Second option, to pass back to Boots, cut off. Now what you got?
Ken Burch with an offensive foul, turnover. Great ball movement right here. Still trying to get it to the right man. Didn't do it.
Well, Cal thought that Pat was going to stay middle. Pat was trying to space out to the three-point line. Just a little miscommunication.
Terrence Ross, tough shot.
I look for him to be super aggressive tonight and maybe play more minutes than the 23 minutes he played the last game.
George Hill misses from the corner. 20-18. Iwundu, offensive foul. Corver takes the hit.
And wasn't it Iwundu who caught him, who clipped him with the elbow?
Put the shiner.
One of these early games, and there's Iwundu again. But when watch this Pat Connaughton, he's vacating. And actually that area that Kyle was trying to get him the basketball was wide open. But it's so ingrained in these guys to fill those quadrants and space out. But leave that opening for Giannis to penetrate and do his thing.
There was a wide open cut there, wasn't there?
Yes, it was.
Corver, 3, too strong. Long shot, long rebound. Terrence Ross.
Bucks have had about 7 or 8 good open looks that they're not knocking down here early.
Giannis clears it. Augustine got to the rim on a drive, can't control this pass. Wild passing here.
Yeah, both teams. But Giannis cleans up the eraser. Who was that? Marvin Webster? Giannis just cleans up mistakes on the part of his teammates. It's not really a mistake. Good aggressive drive by DJ Augustine. Giannis right there just taking off the glass. Don't even think about it. Look out.
Milwaukee 3 turnovers. Orlando 6. Giannis short. Ross another rebound.
Last game, Giannis was good from that area getting to the basket.
Ross launches to 3.
You know, you hold the Bucks to 20 or 22, 23 points in the first quarter. Not bad, except for the fact that you're only able to put up 18 yourself. But other than that, it's a good quarter.
Orlando out shooting the Bucks 35-30. That will change. Giannis hammers 8 points for Antetokounmpo. That gets Milwaukee to 33% shooting in the quarter. DJ Augustine. Giannis clears. Did not get the shot away. That's the end of the first quarter. Wild, woolly, and not particularly artistic. Milwaukee and Orlando both making 33% of their shots. That's it in the first quarter. 22-18, Milwaukee leading the Magic.